Hi, good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to our latest live video. So, you may or may not be aware that it's just a week now to our new group. The launch event of our new group, should I say, over in Greater Manchester. So, I just wanted to do a quick video to kind of have a little discussion about that. Really exciting, lots of great things going on, and we've had a fantastic response to that, really. So, it's been absolutely fantastic. We couldn't have asked for more, I don't think. For those who don't know me, my name is Michael Edwards. I'm the founder of Northern Affinity. Started it nearly 2 years ago now. Kind of building what we've been doing over mainly in the West Yorkshire area, but kind of expanding now to kind of the bigger stuff that we're planning to do and kind of connecting businesses and people of the North. Now, I'm delighted to say I'm here with Anna Short. Anna's been with the Northern Affinity since the start. And also, which is very relevant for this, will be the kind of lead area partner for Greater Manchester. So Anna, do you want to just quickly introduce yourself?
Yeah, so Anna Short, my business is Boom Marketing, and I'm just absolutely privileged and excited to be representing the Northern Affinity and helping in setting up the Greater Manchester group and strengthening the B2B community around there, which I think is a really exciting point in time as well.
Absolutely, Anna. Yeah, I know. Obviously, we all know there's been challenges for anybody in the last year or so, and fingers crossed now that it feels like we're on the way out of that. And it's obviously going to take its time, but I know there's a lot of positivity for a lot of people I've been speaking to, which is great to hear. So the launch event is week today, 10 a.m. next Thursday. And it's all part of the growth and everything that's happening within the group. And the existing group has grown significantly recently, which is fantastic. And people are already starting to join us in Greater Manchester, which is amazing.
It is. I've been having a few conversations with some of our new Greater Manchester partners this morning, which has been really good, learning about their businesses and what they're looking for from the group and how we can help them. So really looking forward to building those relationships.
Absolutely, and it's kind of developing this idea, isn't it, Anna, of connecting businesses in the North. Essentially, is the overarching plan for what we're doing. And whilst this group is a regional group as such, it doesn't really matter that the businesses in Greater Manchester or West Yorkshire are very soon to come as well in South Yorkshire.
Yeah.
It's about connecting us all together, and obviously
it's made no difference whatsoever to me being in Oldham and being a part of the Leeds group from the outset a couple of years ago. So we're not restricted in any way.
Absolutely, and I think the last year again has shown us this, hasn't it? Especially with the technology. So there will be, and obviously we're going to go into this in the launch event. There will be things that will be done on a local level because the face-to-face element of it is important as well when we can do that. But then there'll be things where we connect us all together as well. So and again, obviously at the launch event we'll kind of go through that in quite a bit of detail. But delighted to say, I think last time I checked this morning, we've got 126 people attending the launch event. So that's fantastic. We'll see where we'll be by this time next week. It'd be lovely to get 150. I have put the link to the launch event in the comments, so anyone wants to book on that's not already on, we would love you to join us. I just want to quickly run through what we'll be doing actually on the launch event, and please chip in as we're going through, as I'm going through, Anna. But we're going to kind of have a bit of a mixed event really, and kind of hopefully a bit of an insight into the other events that we hold, again, that I'll go through next week. And it's kind of a bit of a combination of all of them is this, whereas there's going to be a bit of a section for Anna and myself where we're going to just kind of give you an overview of what Northern Affinity is about, the purpose of it, and kind of how we connect. But I guess the core of the event for me is the two kind of breakout sections that we're going to have. So the first one we've got, I think it's 3 webinars that people can join, and people have been signing up as they've been signing up for their event. And Anna, you're doing one of the webinars, aren't you?
Yeah, thank you.
on a doable marketing plan. We've also got 2 of our existing partners, Phil Story and Chris Idale, who are doing fantastic webinars that I know I've seen what they're doing. I've been speaking to them this week, some great content there. And then the other option for people is to join some kind of networking rooms that we're going to set up. Again, Some of our current partners are going to help with that in terms of hosting those rooms on behalf. So it's very much a choice for the people who come on the event. Again, then me and Anna are probably going to go into a little bit more of the mechanics of the Northern Affinity, the events that we do and hold and that type of thing. Before we then go into another breakout section, which is very similar. But the two guys are going to be speaking. So we've got Pete Evans, who's going to be joining us and all about winning mindset for sales. And then Karen Amos is going to be talking all about time and management, which is something I'm sure we all need help on every now and again. And again, we're also going to have the networking rooms as well as an option. So for some people I know that have booked on 2 webinars, some people have booked on 2 networking, and some people have done 1 each, and that's absolutely fine. There's all sorts of different options. And then we'll finish off with, like I said, a bit more detail on the Manchester itself group that's starting, and just answer the questions that you'll have. I'm sure there'll be plenty of questions from people, which one of my colleagues, Lauren's going to be collating as we go through, and then we're going to try and answer them at the end. So hopefully that's giving you a run through. I mean, is there anything else you want to add into that, Anna?
Yeah, no, I think it's just a great opportunity for people to get a really true and good feel for the group more than anything with what's being offered at that event next Thursday. And the fact that it's mainly the partners that are involved in doing that event and running it with us, really, and that's what we're all about, that collaborative effort. So it gives attendees the opportunity to get the views from the partners themselves, and what Northern Affinity's done for them personally and for their businesses as well.
That's a great point, Anna, and I think that's one thing everyone will have the opportunity is to speak to the current guys in the group, and kind of want to make it clear that next week's event, whilst we're going to be giving some information on Northern Affinity, I'm sure there'll be more to give you guys, and we'll be happy to do that. And one thing I've done, I know I've basically blocked out my diary for the following 2 weeks to set up calls and speak to people about that and enable you to ask the questions, because I want you to spend more time experiencing whether it's the webinars or the networking, rather than too much detail being thrown your way. So we'll give you some detail, but obviously the point of it is to get some benefit from the event next week. So we'll love to take people's questions. Thank you. We had a question from, a point from Stuart. So thank you, Stuart. Hopefully you'll be there, Stuart, at the event. So thank you very much for your nice comment. Stuart, for people, Stuart's one of our current partners. So I didn't tell him to do that nice comment. He's done that off his own back. So thank you, Stuart. I know me and Anna, but one thing we'll do is I'm sure there'll be lots of questions that'll come up after the event for people. So we'll be free to kind of do that, whether it's straight after the event, whether it's during the event, or in the coming days and weeks. So so it is more about the connections and the learning next week. I'd be interested, obviously, Anna, you touched on it right at the start. Your kind of, I guess, your journey with the Northern Affinity, starting from the beginning, even though you were slightly outside of our geographic area to start with. I'd love to hear a bit about that, but also kind of maybe how you're feeling now. We've got kind of the general bigger picture, a bit of a roadmap, I believe is what we're calling it. So
it's really exciting, and it's been great seeing, being a part of and seeing the journey of yourself and Northern Affinity, and how that's really come along over the past couple of years, from those very first conversations that we had together when you were kind of looking at how you could help me through the Northern Affinity and those initial chats that you have with everybody. So from that starting point to where things are now, and what I've gained from it personally is that, it's allowed me to challenge myself in positive ways around things that I was probably a bit nervous about, perhaps sometimes. The opportunities that have been made available to me and all of the other partners in being able to take part in podcasts, videos, presenting, educational slots, all of that side of things, and the introductions to people and building those relationships, that's so helpful and has been facilitated in so many different ways. And that's what's helped me in my personal growth, as well as helping on the business growth side of things, and seeing how your business and your strengths click together like a jigsaw puzzle with other people, to help you strengthen your business and your offering.
Yeah, that's really important, isn't it? And as you know, with what we do, collaboration is kind of the heart of everything that we do, and it's something that probably don't talk about enough. Actually, is one of the big parts, I believe, of the Northern Affinity is when someone joins us, we spend that time understanding. I obviously it's previously been myself, understanding the business, what they do, how they do it, that type of conversation, but also kind of where you want to go and what you need help with, what support and things like that, and then connecting you up with the right people, I guess. And it's very basic form is very much what it's about, and trying to help you do that. So it's a big part of what we do. Now, we've had a couple of questions in advance, actually, people wanted me to answer on this video. And I'll put the first one to you, and then okay. I'll chip in if needed. So we've asked about how the partners in the Greater Manchester group will kind of, I guess, work with those in the other areas, the current West Yorkshire group, I guess, and also the soon to come South Yorkshire group as well. So, what's your kind of thoughts and how it'll work?
Yeah, so no, that's a great question, and one that we are getting asked a lot. I've been asked the same, and you can take it as far as you want to take it. Is basically what I would say on that. There are no rules, boundaries, or anything like that. Yeah, it's great to make sure you are building and strengthening those relationships within your main group. But there is every opportunity to extend beyond your group into the other areas. It's your personal choice.
Yeah, no, I think it's a good answer. And I think for me, it's that one of the things I like, and we will promote people existing between each groups and collaborating with each other and getting to know each other, is because I think for a lot of businesses, when you start to build relationships outside your natural geographic area, it psychologically gives you a bit of a boost that your business is growing and you're doing so. It sounds ridiculous to say that, if you're in a piece of business from somebody next door or you're in 100 miles away, it just feels like it's a little bit more and a bit extra. So that aspiration and that growth is as you know, Anna, is a big part of what I believe in, and giving people just them opportunities to do that will be a big part of what we do.
Definitely.
And obviously, especially in the last year or so, the video element of things now is just, I mean, obviously right now it's kind of irrelevant if someone's next door to you or 100 miles away, isn't it? That will change, obviously, as we know, but there'll still be those opportunities, and we'll be using the technology that's available for video stuff, but we'll also be arranging things where we're bringing together people, whether it's in regions, as in we might say get the 4 Yorkshire groups together and 4 the Northwest groups together in the future, or bringing everybody together as well in quarterly events or annual events, whatever it might be. There'll always be those opportunities as we kind of grow and move forward. Thank you, Anna. And then just the other question I had was about, I know a few people have asked me about the plans for face-to-face events in the future, so it's probably a good one for me to answer. Well, obviously, we're very much dictated by external factors with that, but the plan is to get back to face-to-face events when we can do so, and when it's safe and all that. One of the things, so there's kind of 2 elements to our face-to-face event. There's the kind of monthly meeting within each region, which traditionally was face-to-face. My gut feeling is we might have to go to a bit of a hybrid model in the short term, where we have some people in the room and some people on Zoom, and that's fine, because actually, obviously, there's a convenience of that as well. But the second thing we do is what we call local get-togethers within the local areas. So, for example, the current group we have now, we have 3 local area groups which meet for really informal. I mean, before all this stuff, we used to meet in a cafe or a restaurant at lunchtime and just have a catch up with the people. But as I know, we'll know, last year when we were able to do so, we basically met up in a park and went for a walk. The whole rule of 6 thing, which I believe is coming back at the end of March. So that's probably where we'll start with the face-to-face stuff. Quite informal outside, if the great British weather allows us to do so. But we will do it. But we will always we'll give people options, I guess, is probably the general, because we appreciate, as well as I guess there's the outside rules, but there's also everybody else is at a different place with this situation at the moment, and that might be due to who you live with, vulnerable people, and all that kind of stuff. Everybody's in a different situation, so we'll use the technology, but we'll also try to get face to face as well, and a general mix. Don't know if you've got anything to add on that, Anna. Does that make sense?
Yeah, no, completely. And I think those, we've never had anything too formal. Yes, we do have the monthly meetings, and they're great, and it's good to be able to get together once a month as a minimum. But throughout the month, there's a range of activities going on and options that are free for you to dip in and out of, in line with what fits and suits you, because everybody's different in what their interests are, what they want to challenge themselves on, what they want to learn about, and travel and all that side of things. So there's a good pick and mix of options for people to go at on and offline.
Absolutely, yeah. Couldn't put it better myself, Anna. Yeah, that's great. So, that's kind of it from me in terms of kind of launch event. Obviously, if anyone does have any questions about it, I'm sure Anna's happy to answer any questions, and I am. So, contact us directly. We're more than happy to do that. So, like I said, we got the launch event in a week's time, and then the kind of group officially will start in April. Exciting times, obviously, as things start to hopefully ease up socially as well. That gives us all sorts of different opportunities in the area. So yeah, we're looking forward to seeing as many people on the event as possible. Like I said, 126, I think it is, have booked on already. So if anyone's got any questions about it, just let me know. Is there anything else from you, Anna? Is that okay?
Oh, no, that's all good for me. I'm just really excited for next week and for us to officially get started in April.
Excellent, Anna. Thank you very much. Thank you. So I said, if anyone's got any questions, I want to find out more information about the events, or just Northern Affinity General, drop me a line, send a message via the social media channels or whatever it may be. And we look forward to seeing many of you next week. Thank you very much, Anna.
Thank you.